What do you guys do with the fact that this team shifted from Haliburton to Siakam when Haliburton got hurt and Haliburton is still sort of playing hurt? And Haliburton seems like he's playing hurt because he was trying to get to the incentives of all first-team NBA rush back.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, it's real loaded.
But go ahead.
I'm not sold on Siakam. I never have been sold on Siakam. You know, he couldn't do it in Toronto. What makes you think he's going to come here? And, you know, I'm just not sold on Siakam. But I love Haliburton. I love what he brings. I love everything he does. He's the star of that team. And you want your star to push through injury, especially this far in the season, this point in the season. You want your stars pushing themselves. So I'm big on Haliburton. Just don't think Siakam is a good sidekick for him.
But if you remember, Siakam's best years were as a sidekick year was we hit that number 2 option when Kawhi was the number 1 option. So I think if Haliburton can get healthy and and I don't know if he's going to get enough time because I think the Knicks will win this series, but I think they could be a good duo if Haliburton is the number 1. But is Haliburton the number 1? You know, I think he's proved this year he's had a hell of a year, but is he long-term, is he a number 1?
You don't think he's a number 1?
I want to see it more. Like I've seen it. He's had a hell of a season. I've been a big fan. I was in Sacramento working with the Kings when they just tried to trade Sabonis for Haliburton and how crazy the Kings fans went for that trade. It ended up working out for both teams. Obviously, he's had a hell of a year. I'm a huge fan of Haliburton, but I want to see it consist. Is he a consistent number 1?
I mean, you don't have any doubts that he's a number 1, do you?
I think he's the best point guard, pure point guard in the league.
Oof.
I think what Matt is saying, though, I agree, is he needs his scorer. He needs his Amari Stoudemire to just be a monster that just racks up points. And or Sabonis. Well, not Sabonis, I think, because Sabonis needs the ball in his hands as a passer a lot. He needs someone who's like a play finisher. Like Amari is the name that comes to mind, that kind of comp. I don't know who that is in the league right now, but I think if he had someone like that, it would make life a lot easier because if I'm a team, I'm playing the Pacers, if Tyrese scores 30, I'm happy. And he has 5 assists or 6 assists, I'm happy. I don't want him getting double-digit assists.
This sounds like a doubt-off. Who has the most doubt here, Amin or Matt? Who's got the most doubt in Haliburton?
Oh, I think it's Matt. Matt just...
I don't have the doubt in Haliburton.
It's a doubt-off.
I have the doubt that consistently he's that number 1 guy that's going to be if he's the number 1 guy on top of his assists, he has to be 25 to 27 a game. I don't think
not enough.
I don't think he's that from a scoring perspective. I think he can do that, but I don't think he can do that night in night out. I agree with Amin. I think he needs someone to be able to do the heavy lifting. So when he's giving you 17 assists and 25, that 25 is like, yeah, cool. But it's not going to. We need that 25 every single night from you. I want to be able to see that.
But Dan. Like, it's one of those weird things. They could get that guy. I would still say Tyrese Haliburton's their best player, but he's not their scorer. He needs a scorer to play with.
Facts.
Stugotz, TJ McConnell has 10 points. You wanted a Pacer to hate?
Yeah,
There he is.
he's my guy. You're right. Yeah.
I heard what y'all was saying earlier, too. I can't agree more. Haliburton is a number 2, and ironically, Siakam, he a number 2, too. They're going to need a number 1 to come get them right because...
Couple of number 2s cutting it up, Juju.
You feel me? You already know.
Siakam
he disappeared.
I love when
Stack scores.
Hey, I love when Stack doesn't like or doesn't rock with someone.
Oh, shit. You're going to know it.
2.5.
You're going to know it.
He's a 2.5
Hey,
for
let me tell you why, bro. I told this story. I'm about damn near 40-something, and I went to a run at UCLA. Just because Rico, our guy runs, and I was in working out there on one of them shows, and I was like, let me go play pickup. I took 8 charges on him.
You don't even take charges.
You took a charge in a pickup game?
Right. I couldn't help it because he ain't got no moves.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
He was running over me.
Like you got up and were like, that's me.
No.
Like you stood up and pointed
Rico,
this way?
I'm going to get some food off this comment.
Rico calls the calls, right? Rico calls the calls. Yes, because I play basketball. I play defense everywhere, not just.
You call backcourt too?
No, I don't call. I didn't call no calls. But the thing was, he ran over me so easy. He has no handle. He has no we call mess arounds. He has no mess around. So he's going right hard, and he was just ran over me every time. And Rico blew the whistle like 6 times. I'm like, bro, find another move.
He ain't learned the spin move yet. Now since then, like the spin move is his kind of thing. He goes right and then he spins back left.
Yeah, if I can guard you like that at 40-something, just imagine when I was in my prime.
Dan, the only time I've ever been like worried at an NBA game
With me.
I went with Steven Jackson to a Clipper game. We had media seating. We were like first row. He's out there yelling. He's talking shit to the players. He's yelling at Doc. I was like, Stack, man, you got to chill, man. They're going to take our credentials away.
Why? What was happening? Just generally emotional about everything that was happening?
He was talking shit. He was like, you're garbage. He was yelling at players like, you're garbage.
Why are you heckling the players?
Man, hey, I worked hard to get in the NBA, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of guys that should be in the NBA that's not for their own different reasons. But, I play in the game. If I think somebody's not good, I'm going to say it. I think I have the right to say that.
You do, but it's unusual for people to do so. I mean, you've not run into other people who do this, correct?
No, I've never had that happen since or before. Dan, I'm not talking about our seats were like 7 rows up or 10 at the top of the 100 section. We were front row, right there on the baseline.
Trash.
And Stack's voice is loud and very recognizable. And it was a Clipper game, so they had those moments of silence where like it would just be, it's a dead ball, no one was talking because it's a Clipper game. You just hear Stack say, "You're trash." I was like, "Damn, bro."
Hey man.